get hot, call it compound. This for my niggas, put the guns in the drugs down. Dwelling in peace till the Lord called for the bloodhounds. Try to decide my death and got beside yourself. Swore draw for what you perform, how you gon' hide yourself? Devil got to die for his lies and his visions. Ain't got no love for the practice, nah, just cruel intentions. And in my father's house is spinning mansions. I got plenty bitches, worthy of vengeance. This your death sentence. I'm talking to you. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise and fill the world with lies. Ain't die for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's done the end is near. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah. Now they shook from vicious words out this handbook. Bound to take these rappers back to school. My flow standing hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. You became no cowards. The only thing sweet is the honey check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hand down death for them devils. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they violence leave a man a stiff corpse. You see a flag in a bench, I see horns in a pitchfork. Go ahead. So please believe it. The white man is a demon. And I ain't gon' vote for them to free me. No. They beat us till we the color purple. That's why this knife to they throat like ceiling. You got this nigga on his knees. They wanna have peace. We screaming, let this bitch burn at 1,000 degrees. I'm laying in the bosom of revenge. I told her I'd do anything she please as I squeeze on the double D's. Fuck you, man. I'm talking to you. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise and fill the world with lies. Ain't die for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's done the end is near. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah.
The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back!
Fake love, real hate.
One West.
But we set apart, nigga.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. Ooh, you can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. Fuck a fake friend, show is over, close the curtain. Told you that they loved you, laughed at you when you was hurting. One thing about that UPK, this brotherhood for certain. Dress you up in all black, urge you up to put that work in. Same niggas that was on the block putting that work in. Abandon that lifestyle, cause now I know my purpose. Coming from a place where a black man life is worthless. 400 plus years, yeah, living out them curses. I blame the so-called leaders in the churches. Was supposed to save our soul, instead they led us to the hearses. Backstabbed and betrayed by the people you would die for. Your family ain't family, so-called friends switch sides on you. Cracker take a knee on your neck, whispering die, boy. So I stay strapped with the Kaepernick, that's the firearm. Gotta watch your back, you know them demons out here lurking. If I don't know shit, then I know one thing for certain. Look, they hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. They hate you when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
I say fuck the fake love and disloyal behavior. Brotherhood is a weapon, but bitch niggas is contagious. Hating your elevation instead of hitting the pavement. Watching your every move and never give motivation. Situational friendships get way with adversity. And these days, just a little bit of your kindness a luxury. I'd rather you keep your distance, be a fuck nigga too close to me. Prefer to fuck with fear nigga than house nigga with notes on me. Get a shirt off my back for devoted niggas with loyalty. I noticed the lack of devoted niggas that's trustworthy. If you ain't in no black, ranked up, I'd give two fucks for free. Death before dishonor is a must. It ain't no choice for me. I'm bred different. Was never one to die, just bullshit. I'm fed different. Fuck all the information out of pulpits. I'm led different. Been taught to follow a code. Israel law, statutes, commandments, freely given, never sold, nigga. Chill.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my niggas, yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. Shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hock I'm gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? Shit, y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling plain. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject
right. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua Brakatham. My sisters Yahweh Shamar Al-Thun. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. I'm Priest and Officer Kwamgwan. This is the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Of course, we've been bringing up this truth since 1969, and that's that blacks, Latinos, First Nation man and woman are the chosen people of the Most High God. All right. Of course, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks about. And today, we're going to talk about a very popular figure in the Black and Hispanic community. That is boxer champion, was that super middleweight champion, a 3-division champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. I don't know if you know, but in the news just a few days ago, Terrence Crawford was pulled over by the police in Omaha, Nebraska, after the same day that he had a parade or a celebration and he got the key to the city. So he was pulled over by the police later, pulled out the car at gunpoint, and treated just like how, blacks and Hispanics are treated in America by the devil that the Bible speaks about. So what we're going to do is we're going to read about that. We're going to bring out some scriptures, play some videos. Let's get Terrence Crawford's accolades. All right, so I'm gonna use Chat GPT for this. Let me get up here real quick. Salakia, one moment. Okay, so this is some of his accolades here. Okay, so titles and championships achievements. All right. Undisputed world champion in 3 weight classes, the first man in the 4-belt era to do so. Junior welterweight, which is 140 pounds. Welterweight, 147 pounds. Super middleweight, 168 pounds. Now, I believe in junior welterweight, he beat, I forgot that guy, Ndongo. I believe he beat Ndongo to be undisputed there. Welterweight, it was Errol Spence Jr. Super middleweight, he just beat Canelo Alvarez. Has held world titles in 5 weight classes: lightweight, super lightweight, welterweight, junior middleweight, and super middleweight. Perfect undefeated professional record. As of the date, 42-0 with 31 knockouts. All right. Says notable records. First male to become an undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes in the 4-belt era. Only boxer in history to hold the Ring Magazine title in 4 divisions, and one of 3 with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. to become 4-division lineal champion. He has never been knocked down. That's cap right there, because he definitely did get knocked down in a fight before, but nor has he any judge ever given him a scorecard in favor of his opponent in a professional fight. I don't know about that one. Okay, so I just wanted to read his accolades. All right, so again, we're going to talk about what happened to him in Omaha, Nebraska a few days ago. Let me go back up here and read that to you. Shalaki, in one moment. Let me start sharing this here. I'm gonna get okay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you what happened here. I'm gonna read it to you, then I'm gonna show you the video, and we're gonna get into it. All right. So it says, in the early morning hours of September 28th, 2025, just after midnight, Omaha police pulled over a vehicle for reckless driving in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. Now, they're saying that the police pulled Crawford over because it was reckless driving. We don't know if that's true or not, but that's what it says. While speaking to the driver, officers say they observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. All right, so they're saying that there was a gun there, which is not, unlawful, especially if you have a permit to have a firearm. Police ordered all 4 occupants of the car, including Crawford, to exit the vehicle at gunpoint. So this is what you're seeing here. As soon as they seen it was 4 niggas in there, let's draw the guns. You know what I mean? Let's get the guns out. You know what I mean? This is America's worst nightmare. 4 niggas, especially when Terrence Crawford is the heart of Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, according to what you see online and his accomplishments and everything, everybody knows him in Omaha. He celebrated. He had a parade and everything, celebration. So they know who he is. All right. But we'll get into that later. Crawford and the others were apparently handcuffed at the scene. The reports say no charges were ultimately filed apart from the citation. The only form of citation given was for reckless driving. It was confirmed that all occupants of the vehicle were legally permitted to carry firearms. So everybody had their shit straight. Salakia. Nobody was in there doing anything they weren't supposed to do. All right. Aftermath and reactions. The Omaha Police Department has launched an internal affairs investigation into how the stop was conducted. Mayor John Ewing publicly supported transparency in the investigation, acknowledging the seriousness of the incident. The head of Crawford's security team, Quazem Shabazz, described the experience as a nightmare. You hear that? This is Crawford's security team. The head of the security said it was a nightmare. This is the security for Crawford saying that encountering these damn devils is a nightmare. And this is what Blacks and Hispanics experience all over the globe, stating that he and Crawford fear for their lives during the stop. It's amazing. You know, this brother just had received a key to the city, just made a great accomplishment in the boxing world. You understand that? He's been celebrated. And then he's held at gunpoint by some regular, devils, you know what I mean, in a police uniform. According to police documents obtained by TMZ, the stop was reportedly triggered by Crawford's car being detected at a high rate of speed. Again, we don't know if that happened or not, but, I could see it happening. Okay. Crawford is expected to appear in court in December to address the citation. All right. So now let me show you the video here. First, let me show you the video of some of the parade footage. All right, let's do that first. All right.
Don't settle for less. Here's what others are doing to fix missing and broken teeth. The company everyone has been raving about is
I think it's a beautiful thing. The city, they love us. We always show up, but we show up for them too. So, the city absolutely loves Bud. It's crazy. So, I think we have another parade though.
Okay, I had to pause it right there because it's amazing that I don't know if this is an oppressor or what. I think he's a part of Bud's team or whatever, but what I see here is everything wrong to the oppressors in America. You understand that? Okay, if you go back a little bit and see some of the footage when I started it, you can see exactly why he probably got pulled over later. Not because it was his fault, but because of what you see here. You see a black man being pretty much receiving adulation. He has a black family up there with him. He has his children there. You got black security guards there. The whole city is giving this black man praise. And this is in Omaha, Nebraska, which I believe this is another one of those devil towns. You understand? I believe black people do live there, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure we're outnumbered there. I have to check the facts there, so don't hold me to that. But yeah, you can look at this and see exactly what led to what happened later. Because imagine those policemen out there right now. They're looking at this like, they're making whatever they're making in a year. You understand that? Bud Crawford has just earned, $50 million. He's already had millions of dollars. He's receiving all these all this praise, this, you know what I mean, the celebration, the whole city's coming out for him. And if you're a white man in America, you cannot stand something like this. You understand that? You're sitting there like, who does this, N think he is? You understand that? And in the back of their mind, like, we're going to show him later. Now think about this. This is a place where everybody knows everybody. Like, what's that TV show, Cheers, or Everybody Knows Your Name? I believe this is one of them places. So they know who Bud Crawford is. I'm pretty sure they know, who his team is, the cars that he drives, the area that he frequents. He's one of those people that is very rooted and grounded in his town. You understand that? He's very proud of where he's from, and he's always there. You understand that? So I'm pretty sure they know exactly who he is. But this angered the oppressor. You understand that? Anytime a Black Hispanic man gets any type of adulation or accomplish anything great, the oppressor is there to try to take it away from him, or worse. You understand that? And this is what's happening. I mean, I'll play it. I'll continue to play it, and then we'll jump into some scriptures and read some more about it. But I can see already that this is a problem. And just like this person just said here, I don't know what he is, but he said the city of Omaha loves Bud. You understand that? Isn't that crazy that he says that, and then later on, what happens? See, all this and the same thing that we're watching, the police either were there to see this or they watched it on TV themselves. So this pissed them off. You understand that? This is a Black man getting way too much praise. You understand that? That's the problem here. All right, let's continue.
Oh, I think so. Listen, look how beautiful this is. Look at all the hope and all the people how happy everybody is. So, congratulations, Mr. Terrence. That's amazing. So it hasn't even sunk in with me how big it is yet. So how can everybody else take it in? And I know what it is. Yeah. So.
Pause it right there. Okay. Again, this symbolizes everything that the white man hates. You understand that? This is a Black man. He has his Black children there. You understand that? Black security guards, the whole town giving this man, adulation. This is like what you would see, back in the days in ancient Egypt when they, had a pharaoh, coming through the place or whatever. And of course, we don't here in the Ashley Buchanan Commander Johnny Honda. Only one deserving of praise of the Most High God, Yahweh. You understand that? But we're just talking for the purpose of this video and what you see now. So the white man sees this, and this is all wrong to him. This is a nigga who has unlimited amount of money. He's getting praise. You understand that? He, anywhere he goes, I'm pretty sure he's welcome. You know what I mean? And this is something that the white man just can't handle. He just cannot handle it. Okay. So now let's get into the video of later on, what happened later on after this. So let me get into okay. Here we go. All right.
Seatbelt. Stepping out. Seatbelt. I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
In case you don't see this, the police already has his gun on them. And I believe it was Bud just said, I'm keeping my hands up. Just listen to this.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
You hear that? That's Terrence Crawford. I'm not reaching for no gun. He is as great as a fighter he is, and as dedicated he is to his craft and what he does. Right now, he realizes he is just a nigga. in America. He is pleading with them. I'm not reaching for no gun. This is amazing. This is what you got to deal with when you're dealing with the goddamn oppressor and you're Black or Hispanic in America. This is unreal.
Can I hold my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Stepping out, my seatbelt. I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I hold my phone?
I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of aggression coming from one of those officers. It's almost like as soon as they seen his black face, it's like, I can't stand this nigga. I just want to, you know what he wants to do. He sent his arms are out the window. I'm not reaching for no gun, and they're like ready to blow his damn head off. You know, the white man is a goddamn devil that the Bible speaks about, and this is why we say this. You understand that? And Terrence Crawford, I'm pretty sure this was a reality check for him. You understand that? Given all his greatness and his accomplishments, everything that he's done, he realizes today that he is just like the rest of us. He is a nigga, you know what I mean, to them. And this is a very sad thing because the man, you know, had all his good moment taken from him, you know, the very same day that he received his, you know, his celebration and whatnot. And this is just a very terrible thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's very terrible. And I just wonder how he feels about Omaha now. You understand that? Let's get into some stats here. Let me show you something else here, right? So this is nothing new in the town of Omaha, Nebraska, right? Now, I'm pretty sure you don't hear too much about it because it's not a place that anybody would really just be talking about. The only reason why they're talking about it is because of Terrence Crawford. All right, so let me pull up some stats for you real quick, right? So okay, one moment. Let me get it together here. All right. So I pulled up some stats about Terrence Crawford. I mean about police brutality and whatnot in Nebraska, Omaha, right? All right, so here we go. Listen to this, right? It says independent trackers report many deadly police encounters in Omaha. Police scorecard, which draws on sources such as Mapping Police Violence, lists 23 killings by Omaha police from 2013 to 2023. A disproportionate share of those victims were Black. Local and national reporting show multiple high-profile fatal encounters with Black residents recently. For example, the fatal shooting of Stephen Phipps and the earlier fatality of Cameron Ford, which sparked community outrage and legal reviews. So when they talk about Omaha and they talk about Terrence Crawford being from Omaha, they never talk about this stuff. State reporting on use of force incidents, the kind that cause serious injury or death, is more complete only since 2020. After Nebraska centralized reporting to the State Crime Commission and into the FBI's National Use of Force data collection. That means earlier years are harder to compare reliably. Civil rights groups and local reporting have repeatedly documented racial disparities in traffic stops. There you go. You see, if we'd have knew this, we wouldn't be surprised. Racial disparities in traffic stops, searches, and force across Nebraska, including Omaha. These disparities are evidence of unequal treatment, even when there is not a single clear brutality count. All right, let me see here. Okay, so basically what we just read here is that in Omaha, Nebraska, this is regular. You know what I'm saying? This is regular. It may not happen, to Terrence Crawford before. I'm not sure if it has or it hasn't, but it's major news because of who he is. You understand that? So if it wasn't for Terrence Crawford, you would probably not even hear about this. The police would probably get away with it. It'd be swept under the rug and nobody would know about it. But because of who he is, because he is one of the chosen people of the Most High God. Yes, Terrence Crawford is an Israelite. You understand that? I believe it would be from the tribe of Judah, according to if that's his father, the tribe of Judah, which I believe he is. So Terrence Crawford is an Israelite. And even though he is one of the greatest boxers that ever lived, to America and to the white man and to these heathens, he's still a nigga. You understand that? And this is where, the ISG became the commanding Jordan Yohana comes in, you know what I mean? Because if Bud Crawford understood that his real family would be in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana and not Omaha, Nebraska. You understand that? He would be aware of these type of things. Now, I don't know what Bud believes or whatnot. I think he is a Christian. I think that's what he said he is. And these type of dealings, these things happening in Christianity is common. You understand that? Because guess what? The police officers, they're Christians too. If Terrence Bud Crawford is a Christian, so is the police officers. So is most of the people in Omaha, Nebraska. You understand that? So this is not this is nothing unusual to us here in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana. We were taught and we understand, what it is in the world. Bud Crawford, being the great fighter that he is, the one thing that he lacks is he doesn't have the real truth, which is in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana. If he was in here, then he would undoubtedly be the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? But, hopefully he will see this video or maybe something else that we put out and he can understand what's really going on in the world. I hope it was a wake-up call for him and that he may understand that, now that he's achieved these things in boxing, maybe he can achieve, a higher, reach the level of spirituality that he needs to reach by coming in the truth. You know what I mean? Because I do believe we have schools no, I don't believe we do. I know that we have schools all over the, the USA. We have, and even outside of the states, you understand that? So, but, you know what I mean? Hopefully if you see this video or you haven't seen or you've heard of the ISUPK, give us a call. You understand that? Because we can help you be the very best that you can be. You already achieved greatness in the ring. Now you need to achieve greatness in, your relationship with the Most High God. All right. So we're going to pull up some scriptures. All right. So let me get Ezekiel 35:4. All right. So let me share my screen. Okay. Go in here and get it. Give me 1 second, Israel. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go up to 1. I'm going to start there. All right. So hopefully you can see it on the screen. This is the book of Ezekiel 35 and verse 1. It says in verse 1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Okay. So the Lord is talking to the prophet Ezekiel. All right. Now, Ezekiel was here during the Babylonian captivity. He was one of the captives by the river Kabar. You know what I mean? When we were under oppression by the Babylonians. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Who is Mount Seir? Mount Seir is the Edomites, the so-called white man, also called Idumea or Edom. You understand that? And the Lord is saying, set thy face against Mount Seir, like against, like you're about to be in a battle. You understand that? Or you're looking towards that person and prophesy against it. Okay. Speak this word, speak this truth unto these damn heathens, to this devil, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. So the Lord is saying, you know what I mean? Once the Lord is letting them know that he's against them, he's going to stretch out his hand against them. How does the Lord stretch out his hand against a people? Afflictions, you understand that? Punishments. In America, you have what? 9/11. The Egyptians were drowned in the Red Sea. David destroyed the Philistines in war. That's how the Lord stretches out his hand against these heathens. You understand that? And I will make thee desolate. Okay. What is desolate? What's desolation? You understand that? Let's get the proper definition of desolation. All right. I believe it's to make waste. All right. Okay. So yeah, to make a place deserted. You see this many times, if you're from the ghetto, you understand that you're from the projects, you see desolation all around you. Abandoned houses, boarded up, you understand that? No people, the grass growing real high, the grass growing all over the buildings, you understand that? Murders are happening day in and day out, you know what I mean? Crimes are not being solved. Desolation, you understand that? So the Lord is saying he's going to make Edom a desolation, all right? And I'm going to tell you why. Here it is. We're going to go into verse 5. All right. Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. I'll read it again. Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Let's get the definition of perpetual. All right. So let me go here. Let me stop sharing that. Let me go into my Webster's dictionary. All right. Look at this. Look at this real good here. Perpetual. This is the Webster's definition. A continuing forever, everlasting. You understand that? That's what it's talking about. The white man's oppression, his hatred, the Edomites, the Edom, Esau, his hatred for blacks and Hispanics is everlasting. This is very important if you are a celebrity. You understand that? If you're just a regular brother or sister in the world, a black or a Hispanic, you can never get comfortable with these people. You can never trust these people because it is in them to hate you forever. You understand that? And this situation with Bud Crawford is a perfect example of what it's talking about. This is a very accomplished man, a very dedicated man to his craft. He's accomplished many things. He was given a parade in the town of Omaha, the same place that he got pulled over later and put at gunpoint. They gave him a parade and then they put a gun in his face. You understand that? They hate Bud Crawford. They don't care how many titles he wins. They don't care how much money he brings to the place because of who he is. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of money flowing through there now because of him being there and it being he's put it on the map. I can't even think of nobody else that's from Omaha, Nebraska that put that place on the map. I could be wrong, but regardless of all those great things that Bud Crawford is doing, they have a perpetual hatred for Bud Crawford and for blacks and Hispanics and First Nation people. And this is very heavy. This is what Bud Crawford needs to see. You know what I mean? I've seen videos of Bud Crawford. Let me show you what I'm talking about. One second. Let me see if I can get this here real quick. And then I'll jump right back into what I was talking about. Bud Crawford really loves, his hometown and the people there. And he thinks that these white people really love him. You're going to see it. Look at this. This is, hold on one second, Salakia. Let me stop sharing this. I seen this a long time ago, and this just came to my mind here. This is what Bud feels about his hometown, and he thinks that these white people love him. Do you see what I'm talking about? This is it it reminds me of like what's the one song, was it Louis Armstrong? What's that song he has, I see the stars that are bright. Yeah, well, I can't remember how it goes. You understand what I'm talking about. The love of America is a plague, it's a disease, and it can fool you because you see stuff like this and you think that I'm loved here. You know what I mean? I could trust these people. My town loves me. I'm pretty sure that's what he thought when he was dancing with these devils. You understand that? But then, the real situation came where he was held at gunpoint by the goddamn police. You understand? And again, I'm not talking about Crawford. I'm not talking about Bud. I'm not saying he's stupid or anything, or, he is doing what most people in the world would do. What Dr. Martin Luther King taught everybody. To want to be accepted by these devils, to want to join them. And you know what I mean? When the scriptures say to separate from these people, but because of Dr. Martin Luther King, your pastor, you understand that, lost, celebrities, people don't know a damn thing about serving the Most High God, wants you to join with these people. And the Lord does not want us to join with them. But the Lord does not want you to join with these people. He wants you to separate from these people. He chose us out of the world to be separate from these people. And just in case you come across this, I'm gonna show it to you. Let me show you here again. But again, when you're a Christian in the world, you're going to think, that the Lord wants everybody to be all one people. All right, let me see here. Just lock it one moment. Hold on 1 second. Maybe it's Deuteronomy 7. Salaki, 1 minute. Let me pull it up here. Give me 1 moment. Okay. Let me see. Let me go to 1 Ezra 9 and 9. We'll go there. There's many places it says it in the Bible, but we're going to pull it here. All right. Let me go to my 16:11. All right. 1 Ezra 9 and 9. And this is for Bud Crawford and for anybody who thinks that the Lord wants us to join these people. Let me share it. And this is in the same Bible that's in your Christian church too, just to let you know. In the 16:11, you'll see this here. 1 Ezra 9 and 9. And do his will and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land and from the strange women. You understand that? That woman that Bud was dancing with, that's a strange woman. A strange woman meaning what? A woman who doesn't serve our God, which is Yahweh, and a woman that's from another race of people. That's a strange woman. All right. And do his will and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land. Heathens are anyone outside of the nation of Israel, whether it be Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, the so-called white man, East Indians, which is Iranians. All these different people are heathens to the Most High God. The Israelites, the 12 tribes, are, God's people, God's chosen people. You understand that? So the Lord wants us to separate from these people. You understand? He doesn't want us dancing around, joining these people, thinking that we're going to be accepted into America. Dr. King might want that, but not the Most High God. All right. Let's get another scripture. Let's get Lamentations 4 and 18. So we'll go back into the regular King James Standard. Let's go to Lamentations 4 and 18. Okay, I'm gonna share it here on the screen here. All right, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, "They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come." This is heavy because this is talking about exactly what we just saw in the video with Terrence Bud Crawford. The police hunted his steps. You understand that? That he couldn't even go on his own streets in Omaha, Nebraska, where he received adulation. He had a parade and celebration with him and his children and, his family. Our end is near. That's what he thought. Like the guy, his security guy said, "I thought we were going to be unalive." That's what he said. Our days are fulfilled, or for our end is come. You get pulled over by the goddamn white man. He puts a gun in your face, and that's what you're thinking. I'm about to be unalive. Our end is come. The scriptures are very heavy. This is in the Bible. You understand that? Lamentations 4 and 18. They hunt our steps. They don't care how many titles you have won, how many divisions you've been undisputed in. They don't give a damn about how much money you just made, or if you can dance, or you got some type of wicked jump shot or whatever. They're going to hunt your steps. You understand that? Why? Because they hate us. They hate it. They have a perpetual hatred. That's what we're talking about here. The white man has a perpetual hatred for blacks and Hispanics. I'll read it one more time. Lamentations 4 and 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. All right. Let's get another one. Let's get Psalms 38 and 19. Psalms chapter 38 and verse 19. All right. Here we go. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 38 and verse 19. It says, "But mine enemies are lively, and they are strong, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied." You see, the Bible talks a lot about hate. Everybody likes to think that, the Lord loves everyone and there's no such thing as hate and all this and that. But the Bible clearly says that there is hatred. You understand that? And remember, these books are talking to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, blacks and Hispanics. And this is what it's saying. "But mine enemies are lively, and they are strong, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied." They hate us even without a reason. That's what it's saying. They hate us wrongfully, and they're multiplied. That's why the scripture says in Zephaniah 2 and 1, "Gather together, nation not desire," because our enemies are multiplied against us. You understand that? The police the common so-called white man and white woman, all the other heathen nations, Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, Arabs, they're all confederate against the Israelites. And there's a lot of them. You understand that? And they're strong. They got a military. You understand that? They have money. You understand that? Which is really the biggest source of their strength is money. You understand that? And they're connected. You understand that? This is why the only safety is the law, statutes, and commands of the Most High God. This is the only thing that protect Bud Crawford. Even though Bud Crawford got hands like you never seen before, his hands are not going to protect him, by the tricks and and the things of the devil. You understand that? And those guns. He needs to know who he is, being an Israelite, and to be in the truth. And I should be carrying the command in German Johanna. That's his only real safety, because we can show him how to serve his God and he will be protected. But if you're a sinner, or if you're somebody that's claiming Christianity, you're in the world and you trusting in, white society, and you voting for presidents and all this and that, you're not going to be protected. You understand that? You're going to get a gun in your face and you're going to fear for your life, just like he did. You understand that? Psalms 38:19. But my enemies are lively and they are strong, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied. So every Black and Hispanic First Nation man and woman needs to understand that and know that. Don't trust these devils. You understand that? Let's get one more. Let's get Psalm 69:4. Psalm 69:4. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 69 and verse 4. And it says, they that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of my head. They that would destroy me, being my enemies wrongfully, are mighty. Then I restored that which I took not away. All right. So this is heavy, because it says that the people that hate us are more than the actual hairs you have on your head. Now, if you're one of those brothers that got a lot of, you ain't bald, or you got actually hair on your head, there's a lot of little, hair follicles on your head. You understand that? But there's more enemies than that. That's what this is saying. They that would destroy me, they would destroy you. Believe me, those police wanted to destroy Bud. They wanted to end him right there. That's why they pulled the gun out. You understand that? They wanted to finish him. You understand that? Being my enemies wrongfully. And they wrongfully did so because they were mad because of what he received earlier in the day. That's why they were upset. They were upset because he was being, praised and receiving adulation, and he has a lot of money. Probably a lot of women like him, and then there's Edomites that like him too. You know what I mean? But again, they couldn't stand it. The white man cannot stand these things. And it says our enemies are mighty. They are mighty. You understand that? They have the power to unalive. You understand that? And let me tell you something. Bud did the right thing though. He agreed with them. He said, I'm not trying to reach for my gun. He put his hands up. You know what I mean? He didn't get too, smart with them or whatever. He understood the assignment. He knew, and that's why the scripture says, agree with thine adversary when I come in contact with them. When you come in contact with these police, and this is for any Black, Hispanic, First Nation man and woman, when you come in contact with these people, agree with them. Don't be afraid to go to prison. You understand that? You'll still be alive. You can get out of jail and you can beat it in court. But do not do anything that will give these devils the reason to fire shots at you. Because if they fire shots at you and you're unalive, then there's no coming back from that. You understand that? So Bud did do the right thing. He might have said a little extra things that he shouldn't have said, but for the most part, he didn't give them. He moved slow. He put his hands up. He said, I'm not reaching for my gun. You understand that? But it's just amazing that he has to do this, being the person that he is. And that's any Black, Hispanic, First Nation man and woman, not just because he's a boxer and he's famous, but it's just a tragedy that we all got to go through that. But again, I just wanted to bring this out, and I hope Bud Crawford, maybe see a video from the ISUPK so that he may learn the truth and understand that his real family is here in the ISUPK and the Command of General Johanna. Omaha, Nebraska is not your family. You understand that? I know that's where you come from, and I know that is where you're comfortable at. But the chosen people are God have to find each other and gather together, like Zephaniah 2:1 says. And with that, I'm gonna close out the class. And again, for water for tuning in, I appreciate everybody for checking me out, checking out the ISUPK under Command and General Johanna. We got the Day of Atonement coming up later. You understand? So that's another high holy day. Again, get online, support this truth, ISUPK.com, pay your tithes, support this truth, and the water for tuning in. Shalom, Israel.